So let's talk about a six-figure deal.
All right. My favorite thing to talk about.
So I actually, I haven't done a six-figure deal yet. My best one I did was a virtual deal.
Okay.
That was like 4 hours from my office that we closed on and relisted on the MLS.
Okay.
I think we made like 84,000 when like the dust settled.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, but it's not the Breitling deal. It's not the $100,000 deal.
Yeah.
So walk us through a six-figure deal. What's that look like?
So ran into a vacant house last year and no signs of distress besides the fact that it was vacant.
Okay.
And I reached out to the owners personally because I knew the key here is, if you're watching, it's the area is the most important part. This thing was in a smoking area of New York, like 30 minutes from Manhattan.
Okay.
Great neighborhood. No weirdness to the house. Okay. And I'm like, I got to buy this thing. Get in touch with it was the son who inherited the property. Okay. He lived in New Jersey, so didn't have a lot of emotional attachment to the property. Okay. He said, yeah, I'd consider selling, but no distress. No, the guy was not broke, none of that. I actually was in New York. I happened to meet him at the property. And here's the key to making this deal happen. Walked the property and I did the whole, oh man, wow, the roof, oh wow, yeah. But I wasn't telling him the roof stunk. I was just like, oh wow, yeah,
Just building in that now. Yeah.
And I said, if I'm going to take this as is, what's a reasonable price you'd like to take to make this easy for you? Reframe the offer. Mm-hmm. And the ARV was 440. He said he wanted 140. And I'm like, no, wait, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. And I'm thinking, I'm almost fainting at this point.
Yeah.
He says 140.
Bro, I would have giggled. Okay.
I'm like, where's the serial killer,
Yeah, right. Who's in the basement?
Yeah, who's in the basement, Are you going back to jail? No. So I'm like, if you got that, I don't even know if I can pay that. I'm Mr. Reluctant Buyer here. Yeah. I got all these houses. I said, if you got that number, what could you even sign today? And he's like, I can't even sign. So I never gave him a price. So
I love that you do that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. If I gave you that number, could you sign today? Because I think a lot of investors at that point would have gone for the kill.
They would have hammered them.
And it's still not a deal yet. So what was his hang up?
So he had to run it by his girlfriend and they had to double check some things and he didn't know what really was going on. I said, all right, well, let's follow up next week and let me do your homework. Call me back. I'll do my homework. I'll sharpen my pencil and we'll see what we can do. Calls me back. He says, I want more money for the property. I think I'd be giving it to you too low. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, duh. But and this guy was not a stupid man. He was he was not a knucklehead. He is a real guy, reasonable guy. Cool. And he's like, I want 180 for it. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this isn't. I said, if you got 180, what do the next steps look like for you? Once again, I test his ability to take action. He's like, at 180, I'd sign. And I'm like, I got to see if I can do 180. I'm not sure. Meanwhile, my original offer was going to be 200. Yeah. So we end up doing the deal at 180. I take the 185. Sorry, 185. Okay. I gave him more money.
Oh, he really got you.
Yeah. So I take it down. I close on it. I do a rehab, light rehab, nothing crazy. And then sold it in 2 days on the MLS and netted 101 G's. Like pure profit. I borrowed. Like in the bank, like that's after hard money, after the attorney, after doing a real rehab. We had permit issues. I got in a jam with the building department. It was like a legit project. Yeah. But I, netted net 101K. Nice. And it just changed my life. It changed the way that I looked at deal making because I'm like, I just made more money on one property than I would normally make on 5 wholesale deals. Yeah. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And those deals are out there. You just got to put yourself in a situation where if you run into a property like that, you got to know you're the problem solver and you got to know your area. If you don't know your market, it's going to be tough to make a deal like that happen because you don't know what. I knew that property was going to sell in 3 seconds because of the area. Yeah. See, if you don't know your market, you don't have that confidence to know oh my God, I need to close on this. I need to get on title immediately because I know it's immediately that I could have probably wholetailed that thing for 85 or assigned it for 50. Yeah. But I knew there was upside there. And it changed my life. Just the money was great, but just the ability to do deals like that
on that level.
Yeah, on that level opened up my eyes to wow, I was playing too small before then, and that was the best deal I've done.
I love that what you didn't do was you didn't just take the offer. Like most people would have been like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Like anytime somebody gives me a number and it's at or below where I want to be, I'll still like, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, you have to.
Because if you just, okay, yeah, done, they think like, man, what if I'd asked for 20,000 more?
Exactly.
They have the doubt in their head.
There was a flip I bought that the guy wanted, I think it was like $120,000, house in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And my number was like 125 was like my max.
Yeah.
And what I hit him with was like, man, I don't think I can do that. Like, I think I can get pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna have to like sharpen the pencil, pull some strings, see if I can get some guys down.
Call
on
my
some
finance
things.
guy. Yeah.
So I was like, give me a day. So I just let him sit. Which again, you have to have the confidence to let somebody sit for 24 hours.
Yeah, you gotta
or yours,
marinate 'em.
call me next week, right? You let him
Because I
marinate.
knew that was his personality though. Like he wasn't a guy gonna take it. Like, I knew he had to marinate. Yeah.
Decision.
You got to know people how to read people. Yeah.
So when I called the guy back, I was like, man, I know you want that 120 and I can't quite get there. I can get close though. And I just like waited for him to ask for it. Well, what can you do? And I was like, man, I'm at like $118,931. And he was like, okay. And it was like, but had I just like pounced, it may have not been a deal. So
exactly. They got to feel good about the deal, man. They got to feel good about the deal and they got to be like
that's
bought
the
in.
They have to feel like they got a good deal.
Yes,
they sold for a good price.
yes.
And if you just jump on it, it's kind of like if you've ever been like car shopping and the dealer's a little too eager to sell you that car. You're like, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Right?
Where's the oil leaking?
Yeah. What's the catch? Awesome.
No, that's it, man. So those for the listeners or the viewers, those deals are out there. Like you can.
That's how you make $100,000 on one deal.
One deal. It's life changing. So go out there and you got to hunt, man. If you're going out there and you're like, I'm looking for a 6-figure deal, you're going to find one eventually. But if you're going out and hunting for a $10,000 deal, you're going to get what you're expecting, right? Yeah. So you got to adjust that thermostat a bit.
That's awesome.
And be willing to put the work in, and they're out there for sure.